Good evening. Good evening. What's up? What's up, everybody? Facebook is LinkedIn and YouTube. We are with the amazing international bestsellers. What's up, everybody? Go ahead as you're coming in, spread the wealth. Let your friends, neighbors, and relatives know that we are live in the building and we're getting ready to get the party started. So, congratulations to these amazing women who have just hit the international bestsellers list, and they are doing it and doing it well. So we are getting ready to go ahead and get this party started in just a few moments. But before we do, go ahead, spread that wealth. Let everybody know that you are live, you rolling with us, and you're hanging out with us. Welcome in to everybody. To everybody, congratulations to all 9 of the amazing ladies that hit the international bestsellers list. So snap clap to the beauties in the building, the bestsellers. They did that. They did that. They did that. So, all right, we're going to roll out with our commercial real quick and we're going to get this party started in just a few seconds.
Coach P. Coffee Brown and the DFG Publishing House family presents She Chose Him and Screwed Me, 9 Reasons for Her Decision, a brand new anthology project by 9 incredible women. They share with you their reasons as to why they would date one and choose to be married to another. Order your copy today from your favorite author or simply go to www.dfgpublishingtoday.com.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome on in again. My name is Coach P. Coffee Brown. I'm super fired up and ecstatic to be here tonight with y'all. We are live in the building. So welcome in to everybody. We are super excited to be in the building with y'all tonight. The international bestsellers are rolling with me from the new release. She Chose Him and Screwed Me. 9 reasons for her decision. So we're going to rock out tonight with these dope ladies, and we're going to talk it out about this new publication. They actually have some books in hand. So the beauties have their books in hand for those that actually have received it already. Some are still en route to them. So those of you that actually support it by purchasing the book, go ahead and be on the lookout for that. The ladies are going to be sending those out to you guys, and y'all will be receiving them pretty soon. So I'm super excited about that. Autographed copies are still available. She Chose Him and Screwed Me, 9 Reasons for Her Decision. We are popping off with these beauties tonight. I am the anthologist and the actual founder and visionary for DFG Publishing House, LLC, where we want to make sure that we take the thought in your mind, put it into words, and then publish those words, and then take you to the world with your publication. So that's what we do. And I am a certified master life coach, and I am able to get you from the thought to the publication to the world. And that's what we do. That's how we get it done. So I'm super excited to be in the building with y'all on tonight. We are live in Clubhouse, live on Facebook, live on LinkedIn, and live on YouTube. So it's a blessing and a benefit to be here with all these beauties. So I'm going to let these ladies unmute real quick and tell you guys who they are. And then we're going to get the party started from there. We're going to start off with my girl, Loretta Porter is in the building tonight. She was busy last weekend, but we're glad we got her here tonight. So Loretta, go ahead and let everybody know exactly who you are.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I am Loretta Diane Porter. I'm actually a certified life coach, and I also am a trained Forex educator, as well as I am the founder of Woman Unleashed. That is an organization and a movement that is strives to helping women unleash their inner power from within. And I am truly excited to be here tonight to speak with these ladies tonight about this amazing project. Truly excited.
That's what's up. So Loretta, thank you for being in the building tonight. We're excited to have her here. And then my girl, Monica, is at the top of the screen that you guys can see her right next to Loretta. So Monica, go ahead and introduce yourself, mama.
Hey everybody, my name is Monica Macias, and I am currently living in Dallas, Texas, born and raised out of Houston, Texas. I am a published author, a podcaster. I'm a co-host on a podcast called Stay Strong, Stay You, where we give your pain a voice. I am a mental health advocate. I facilitate 2 mental health support groups, and I work in county government. I have been in child support services for 13 years.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So everybody, as you're coming in again, go ahead, spread that wealth. Let everybody know that we're live. All of the amazing ladies on the platform have shared this to their communities. And so you guys make sure you're tuning in. And while you're tuning in, go ahead and spread that wealth and let everybody know that your favorite author is on tonight. So I'm going to yield over to our next amazing author and one of my business partners in the building, Shaquita Beverly. Shaquita, welcome, Mama. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. Hold on, let me turn. Come out of here. I am Shaquita Beverly. I am honored to be on the stage with you ladies.
Shaquita, you had a lot of background.
Great read, my goodness. We did a great job. I am the Gym Queen, first-time author and networking coach, and I have a bunch of projects coming up. But I was in love with the book. We did good, you.
Shaquita, you got a lot of background noise, Mama. Shaquita, can you hear me? Okay, I don't know if she can hear me, but Shaquita, you have a lot of background noise. I don't know if she can hear me. All right, so next up, we got my girl, Chanel Hunter in the building. She wasn't with us last week. She was busy as well. Couldn't get her act together, y'all. Couldn't get her act together on last week. I said, come on now, you got to get yourself together, daughter of Zion. So Chanel, you know I ain't going to do right. You know I ain't going to do right. So Chanel, welcome in, love. Let everybody know who you are.
Hi, everyone. I am Chanel Hunter. I am an accountant. I'm out of Jacksonville, Florida. I am now a published author, which is something that I have always wanted to accomplish. Had this on my vision board for about 3 years. So I am just thankful and grateful that this is one thing that God has allowed me to accomplish in life. I am a community service person. I do a lot of things for 2 schools in my community, which is Rains and Ribault. If you're a Rains or a Ribault, you know me for the most part. I'm also a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and I am just happy to be here.
I don't understand why you had to say you was a Delta. What that got to do with anything? You know what that got to do with anything about you being an international best-selling author? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to find
my Torahs come through now.
Listen here. These people, they coming in hot, Loretta. They coming in hot. So next up, we got my girl, my other homie, my other shawty with her gorgeous hair. Man, listen, y'all. I used to have my hair. I was going to lock it, y'all, but I got locked lazy. But she made it, y'all. She made it. You know, she made it. So Marquita McDaniel, go ahead, holler at these folks. Let them know who you are.
Good evening. I am Marquita McDaniel. I am now a published author. It's amazing privilege to be a part of this project. I am currently in school. I'll be graduating with my bachelor's degree in business May of 2022. And I am a mother of 2. And I am a singer and I love writing. So glad to be here.
That's what I'm talking about. She coming in hot. Listen here. She said, I am a singer and I'm a writer and I'm just so happy to be here. To all my fans. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Marquita know I have to mess with it. That's my girl. So listen, we got the VP of Communications in the building. She done sold more books than everybody on the platform. She's been out here in these streets best-selling for a minute. That's why she the VP of the company. Gracia Collins Rich. What up, boo? You don't have to do it in a clubhouse, Gracia. You can just do it on here.
Cool. What's up, everybody? I am Gracia Collins Rich. I am a best-selling author again. So happy. I am a magazine journalist. I am a paralegal by day and a whole lot of other things. I am so excited about this project. I was so happy to be on it with all of you wonderful ladies. And I can't wait to talk about this book.
Ooh, y'all coming in hot. So, Gracia, you got a lot of feedback in your background as well. So I'm not sure why. Maybe your other microphone was on or something. But you got a lot of feedback as well on yours. So tonight is different because we initially came in, when we first came in on last week, we were talking about we were on the other side before we actually had the release. So we were talking about the launch itself and everything that was going on with the launch for the release. And so at that particular time, we hadn't gotten the book out. And it was actually scheduled to come out the following day after we'd had the pre-launch party. So I was like, ooh, let's see what happens. Let's see what's going to go on. You know, of course, I knew that they were going to be international bestsellers. I already knew that. But I just like to watch the actual process of it manifesting. And so I have been fortunate enough to coach these amazing ladies every week, spending some time with them, getting to know them on a more intimate, personal level. Most of them I knew way prior to this. But it's different when you're coaching people to write publications. It's a totally different thing than your personal relationship with somebody. So I got a chance to really get to know these ladies on a much more intimate level and get to see how they think. Oh my God. And y'all, let me tell y'all, they came in hot. They came in hot. They ain't play no games. I'm just telling y'all right now, they didn't play no games. They hot out here in these streets. And so this is an incredible publication. I'm super proud of them and glad to have a chance to actually talk to them about the publication and what their thoughts were when they read their fellow sisters reading. So let me tell you a little secret about our company. Our authors do not get a chance to read any content before it's released. The only thing they know about is what they wrote. And we do that intentionally because sometimes you'll find that different authors, when they see somebody else's style or what they did, they get maybe discouraged or they try to compete with another writer. And that's not a good or a bad thing. It's just something that happens when you're talking about having multiple people on a project. So if you ever think about doing an anthology project and you're going to spearhead it, you never want other authors to see each other's work. You only want the people that matter, like myself or Gracia, who is actually the VP of the company, to see the content, be able to make certain that when we send it over to editing, that it's all pristine and cleaned up. But there's no competition when it comes to that. You want each author to have a fair opportunity to express themselves, and you want them to not feel like they're not good enough or not, you know, or their writing isn't good as another person and so on and so forth, because what we see is not what you see. And that's a part of human life. When we see something, we don't see what you guys see. So I just want to encourage you guys, if you've ever considered doing an anthology project and you had in your heart and mind where you wanted to bring several people together, then hit us up. Hit us up, look us up. We got you covered. We've been doing this for quite some time now. And so we're able to help you to bring your vision to pass. So with that being said, I'm going to start off with Gracia. Gracia actually saw everybody's content a long time ago when we first got started and then another secret, I don't see anybody's content right away. I don't get to see it until after it goes through another set of individuals that are partnered with our company that does the marketing, and also with Gracia. So she sees everything long before I see it. So I'm like the last eyes on it. And they kind of hide it from me because they be like, no, you just got to wait, P. You don't know how to do right. And they know how I am. I'm one of those people. I am a writer. I've been writing since I was 7 years old. So I kind of like think a little bit differently and stuff. So they not good, bad, or indifferent. It's just a part of who I am. And so they don't let me see content until it goes through the first phase of scrutiny and all that good stuff. And then they let me see it after the fact. And I go, ooh, they came in hot, honey. And I'm the person that actually puts the publications together. I'm the person that actually determines what goes where inside of a publication. And so I'm the brains behind all the madness. I create all the content. All the covers are done between myself and my 3 children. And so we have this really, really dope kind of process that we go through to make these babies actually come to life. So it's really interesting to watch all of the stuff go from start to finish. And so Gracia is also a writing coach. She's really incredible with writing, helping people to actually be able to think through their entire journey for writing. So she's a writing coach, and we have another writing coach on staff, which is Victoria Jones Dubois. They're both excellent, excellent writers. And so they were able to navigate through that process with our amazing authors as well. So this was it was really cool to watch everything unfold. So I want to yield the mic in Clubhouse and on the live stream to Gracia for her to be able to share with you her thoughts about these incredible writers. And guys, she actually did we lose her? Oh my God, how did we lose her? So we lost Gracia, so she'll be back in the hot. Did I lose? Who did I lose? Who did I lose? I didn't lose Gracia. Who did I lose? I lost somebody.
You lost Loretta.
I lost Loretta. Okay, so she'll be back in. She'll come pop back in.
I'm right here.
No, I got Loretta. I didn't lose Loretta. Who did I lose?
Shaquita.
I lost Shaquita. Okay, so Shaquita will be back in. I was like, oh my God. When I saw Gracia's face pop down, I was like, Lord Jesus, don't let her leave. Lord. All right, y'all. So sorry about the distraction, y'all, but I'm going to yield the mic over to Gracia Collins Rich, and she's going to share with you a little bit about these amazing, amazing ladies. And then we're going to start the dialogue from there. So I'm going to mute myself in Clubhouse and in Facebook.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you. We just can't. Do I need to leave my mic open on Clubhouse? Because I can't.
No, I'll just open mine because you told me not to open it before.
Okay.
Okay. How about now?
You good, lady. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was super excited to read what everyone wrote. Other than my daughter Bree, who of course I know, and Monica, who I met, who I've met briefly in our little friendship, and to Mitchell from the last project and the project that her husband was on. Everybody else was relatively new to me. Oh, and then Shaquita that I also had met before. So I was very interested in seeing what everyone had written. And the cool thing about this book that I think will be the same for a lot of women and also some men, there was something that everybody wrote in their chapter that resonated with me, which I think is a wonderful thing in writing, especially when you write something and you're not certain who's going to read it, but you find something that's very relatable to other people in your chapters. I was blown away by the writing. And for my people that I actually worked with, closely, I was so pleased with their chapters because a lot of writers tend to overthink what they're writing and they worry so much about it when their content is actually good. And everybody's content in this book was great. I loved something about everybody's chapter. I loved the vision aspect of Marquita's chapter. I loved when Monica was talking about the way that she grew up, which is kind of similar to the way that I was brought up. And when she was talking about the discussion that she had with her daughter later on in life, that was the discussion that I also had to have. Shaquita's chapter, oh my goodness, Shaquita Beverly's chapter. Shaquita was our one little, what do I want to call her? She was super excited about writing her chapter. And when she started, she just went to writing. And I loved her chapter because it was loosely based on a true story in her life. And when she talks about meeting certain people in different aspects in the book, she always ends like the paragraphs with tingles. And I think that is so cute. And I really love that about her chapter. Chanel and I talked about her chapter. And one of the things that I loved about Chanel's chapter was she gave a lot of the meanings to the words that she talked about, like confrontation, communication. And she showed how these words and actions could be applied in real life. And I feel like her chapter is very instructional for a lot of people. And I loved that about it. Tom Mitchell's chapter to me was also great because her chapter, and for anybody who has gotten the men's book that was actually before this, where her husband Chris wrote, I love that they do the journaling aspect in their chapters. She asked a lot of the hard questions for women. You know, like she asked, what did we bring, you know, to the table? She made a list where we were to give, you know, I want to say as pluses and minuses, but she didn't call it that, where we could see, you know, the value in said relationships. And I thought that was fascinating. My daughter Bree's chapter was also based on a part of her life that she said that when she wrote it, it gave her closure and peace to another part of her life that had happened a couple of years before. And when we were just talking back and forth in the chat earlier today, where everybody was talking about Flowergate, I lived through Flowergate. I understood all about it, but Flowergate was something else. The book in totality is great. I've learned so much, not only from these women in this book, but about each and every one of them. I would love to work on a book with any of them again. Solo, another collaboration, whatever they do. I would be completely down for it. For whoever hasn't ordered a book, get with your favorite author and get it. Get the ebook, get an autograph copy, get a print copy, get a bunch of copies. Christmas time is right around the corner. It would make a great gift for anybody. Trust and believe. There is something in this book for everybody. And I give it up to my new sisters, newly international published best-selling authors. You all deserve all the props.
Oh, absolutely incredible and amazing. Thank you, Gracia, for that review of the publication. You guys are absolutely amazing and incredible, and y'all have done an outstanding job in this book. And I have so many thoughts about the book as it pertains to all of the authors and the amazing content that they created in their chapter. You can read more about each individual author, who they are, what they do, and how they actually came to this place to be a part of a participant in the project. But their information is actually in the book. And the great part about the way the books are designed, you'll be able to read their bio, you'll be able to see an image of them, and then you'll be able to read their content. So the way that we do the publications is every single author gets an opportunity to be featured in their own chapter, which is kind of like a little book inside the big book. So Tom Mitchell actually ended up being the first chapter of the publication. And so I thought it would be befitting to start off with something that I thought would be really creative to really kind of tackle initially with the concept of the publication. And so her chapter is, you thought having her heart, quote unquote, made her the help. And the word M-A-I-D, not M-A-D-E. And so she tackled this very interestingly. And again, like what Gracia talked about with these interesting ideas that she put into the publication about knowing who you are, knowing how to communicate, how to connect, how to create an environment to where a woman doesn't feel like she's being used as a maid versus her being an actual partner. So Tom Mitchell is actually in Clubhouse. Unfortunately, she's not here on the live stream, but we'll be able to talk with her in Clubhouse to be able to kind of connect with her about her part of the publication. And we also will hear her share with us whose chapter kind of resonated with her the most. I know all the chapters are absolutely epic, but I know some of us related to one chapter more than we did another. So we're going to start off with Tom Mitchell because she's actually in Clubhouse and not on the live stream. So Tom Mitchell, if you can actually unmute on Clubhouse so that we can actually hear from you. The actual mute button is at the bottom of your screen on the right side.
Okay, because I'm new to all this, right? I haven't been in, this is my first time in Clubhouse, so I appreciate it. You kind of helping me through that. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can. Go right ahead.
Oh, okay, good. Yes. So I just got my books yesterday. So I'm, of course, working and all that kind of stuff. I didn't dive in as of yet. But what I will say is that what I've been hearing and when I did look through it, because again, like I said, I've been working. I loved how transparent everybody was. I really appreciate how each chapter does kind of read differently. I think that's what I appreciate most about the book is that everybody's chapter is so fast. Like people are telling their own stories, and I was looking through it. Other people are kind of creating, almost kind of like fiction. So it keeps you like, it's almost like tea. We're kind of discussing this today. And then of course, like I brought the journal aspect, and it was just, it's been a great variety. It's like you could read this book all in one day because it keeps you that interested. So I don't know if I could choose a favorite. Don't put me on that kind of pressure all day. But that's kind of the book that I will have to say right now, because again, like I said, I need to like dive into it. But from what I did read, I do love Loretta's chapter about the Playboy. She was raw, like completely raw. She did kind of punch people in the face. And I do appreciate that. So that's about all I have right now. But I know we're going to be talking much more about the book. And that's the feedback that I do have for it as of now, which I absolutely love already.
Awesome. So thank you to Mitchell for being in the Clubhouse streets with us. And so I love her share. And everybody's chapters came in hot. They just came all the way in hot. So that was the first chapter. The first chapter is to Mitchell's chapter. You heard the actual title of that. So chapter 2 was from Angelica Williams. She's not with us tonight, but her chapter was You Are a Grown Man Who Isn't Growing. You are a grown man who isn't growing. And so she shared a lot of some personal journeys of hers in the second chapter in the publication. And so it's gonna be, it's gonna be dope reading this, and it's really crazy. She talks about so many things about the mental aspect, the physical aspect. She talked about how she lost weight in that particular situation that she found with her personal life from the guy that she was actually in a relationship with. So it's really dope. It's very transparent and very informative, and some things that you can actually look at if you find yourself dealing with somebody in a relationship that may be a little bit challenging. And so her chapter is really dope. You're a grown man and you're still not growing. So just because somebody has the anatomy of an adult doesn't mean they have the maturity of one. Just because somebody has the anatomy of an adult does not mean they have the maturity of one. And so this is a really interesting chapter as well for that. So that's a dope quoted phrase of mine. Just because somebody has the maturity of an adult doesn't mean the anatomy of an adult doesn't mean they have the maturity of an adult. So listen here, honey, just because we got adult bodies don't mean we have adult minds. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, so the next chapter is Brianna. Brianna is getting ready and preparing for her wedding. So she has a lot on her plate right now. She's also an educator. And so Brianna has a lot going for a Monday night. So she wasn't able to be with us tonight, but her chapter is pretty dope as well. It's about you keep making promises, but you only produce poison. Her chapter was thought about today. We had an interesting conversation about her chapter. And our PR person, Jason Thibodeau, we were in the group chat today, and Jason was just talking. It was a mess. He kept sending pictures with withered flowers and all kind of foolery. It was a hot mess as we had that discussion earlier today. It was so amazing and it was so funny, but it was so true. And so Brianna talked very, very candidly about where she was and to where she is now. And she talked about how her chapter is very healing to me. It's very healing. You can tell by how she wrote the chapter that she had a healing through her process. And then she went in on the last part, kind of hit some people in the eyeball, talked about the Dollar Tree Flower Ministry for those that buy flowers. I didn't even know they had like flowers at the Dollar Tree. I seen some flowers, but I didn't know they was to give to other people. I thought they was to accessorize something with, but I didn't think they was to give to other people. I think that's kind of, but we ain't gonna get into that. So she talked about the fake flower ministries. And I was like, who does that out here in these streets? So it was interesting. It was one of those chapters where I said, lean in, children, lean in. I was like, oh, who does that? So yeah, Brianna's chapter is interesting as well. So you guys want to definitely check that out. Next on the docket, we got my friend Chanel Jones Hunter. Chanel Jones Hunter. She had an aristocratic name and stuff. I need it. I was like P. Coffee Brown. Mine is a little aristocratic, but Chanel Jones Hunter. And I'm gonna say, kind of like got a little fake British vibe to it. I just made that up, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just cutting up. But Chanel's chapter is interesting as well. And so we're going to hear from Chanel now about her particular content. Her chapter is called You Confuse Confrontation with Honest Communication. Now, what I actually enjoyed about her chapter is that the way that she actually did the chapter, again, like what Gracia was saying, she kind of put the definitions in place. And I always say when you talk about writings, it's got to be defined so people can have clear understanding as to what do you mean by that? What's really going on? So I love the definition component that she added in there. And it's really, really, really cool how she did it. And I love how she opened her first line was the one I was like, I like that. So basically she's like, where are we going with this conversation? Let me start off here. And so you kind of I could hear her saying it. That's what I love about writing is, I could hear them saying their chapter, like everybody's chapter. I could literally hear them saying what they actually wrote inside of the chapter. So we're going to yield over to our great friend Chanel, Miss International Best-Selling author, on her vision board and whatnot, and thus and so, and made the vision come to pass out here in these streets. So Chanel, go ahead and tell us a little bit about the author that kind of caught your attention the most throughout the publication. I know we can't really, it's kind of hard to even say, but yeah, it's kind of hard to say. But nonetheless, I really resonated with Marquita's chapter. I mean, like really, really resonated. But go ahead, daughter.
I would say of what I read, it would actually be two. One would be to Mitchell, and I love and it goes back to what Gracia said, or what I think you actually said it earlier about not allowing us to see what everybody is writing, because I truly, when I went through the book, even though I haven't read every piece of everybody's stuff, but what I did read and the way that everybody's chapters look, I would have been like that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, because I love the way that Tim Mitchell did her chapter like it was a journal. And it may be because I'm working on publishing, on doing some journals to publish as well. But I love the way that she did. And I also love some of the things that she said that I wrote down was, what is your view of a domesticated woman? Because, I mean, we can be in relationships with so many guys that think the woman is supposed to do this, the woman is supposed to do that, the woman is supposed to do that, and it's not always the case. So what else did she say? Are they disposable to you? Do you feel they're only suitable for domestic work around the house? So, I mean, just getting into just allowing the man to get into his mind about what he actually sees in his woman is what I liked about hers. How hers just kind of set the tone for the male that's reading it to be able to ask himself questions. Shaquitas I love because it was a story. And because I love reading stories, that was one of the things that that caught my eye on hers. I loved how the way she wrote it, it was like a woman with options. Let me just make sure. Hold on. The woman with options attitude about her chapter, where she was able to discern a man's movement into her life when she talked about, can we talk about the characters or no? Okay, I just want to make sure. So I'll stop mine there because I had a few things down. But yes, I would say between T. Mitchell and Shaquita, those were the two that most resonated with me because of those reasons.
Y'all making T. Mitchell sound like she's some kind of celebrity up in these streets. What's going on in here?
Where's the check?
Oh! Did she say where's the check?
The check.
Did the daughter Zion ask for a payment and stuff? I think the one that need to be paid would be me. I mean, if they gotta go get a check, it's gonna be coffee.
Okay, I'll be the baby check.
Facts. You need a little tenderoni payment, boo. A little tenderoni payment. So the next chapter, let me tell y'all, this chapter right here. Let me tell y'all about the daughter of Zion that wrote this chapter. That thing had my listen. Okay, so let me tell y'all the backdrop. So Gracia and I, y'all, we have these conversations before we do publishing, right? So I send her over the content. You know, I come up with this content, all this little catchy stuff. I'm a wordsmith, right? So I come up with all this stuff, and I came up with the content, and then we have a third party that we use, this dope guy that goes in and kind of tweaks a little bit with the titles and stuff. So he was like, oh, this is going to be a juicy book right here. I said, yeah, it's going to be juicy. So when I sent her over the content, instead of Gracia doing what she normally does and say, oh, yeah, I like these chapters. Yeah, this is a good chapter. Oh, I think yeah. She said, my chapter is this one. What you doing, ma'am? What? So that's the first thing that literally came out of her mouth was, this is going to be my chapter. What? Huh? So her chapter is, he needs his mother, not me. I was like, Gracia, I mean, really? And then she told me the backstory as to why she wanted to write that chapter. I was like, boo, Jesus, this is the Lord did this for you, daughter. And she talked candidly in her chapter. I love, man, her chapter was really, really cool. The way that she did her sub chapters about people having temper tantrums. I was like, temper tantrum. I'm sitting up here reading it, y'all, and I'm thinking to myself, why is the sons of God having temper tantrums? You know, this is what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, what are we doing out here in these streets? And so as I like really dug into the chapter, I was like, this is mighty God. So in my head, I was like, she know this guy. And y'all know how I think. I'm like, this guy ain't no fictional character. There's somebody out here in these streets doing this for real. You know, of course, without her divulging like specific information about anybody's son or something like that. But you can read in between the lines in her chapter, kind of like to learn about like her life experience encompassed in her chapter. So when she wrote her chapter, I was just like sitting over here going, somebody's son done did this? Somebody's son of God? The son of God did this? The sons? And I was thinking to myself about so many different things when I read her chapter as it pertains to relationships. And I thought to myself about us as women, how we end up attracting these dudes. This is what trips me out. Not so much of thinking about them, but us as women. How do we even find ourselves in these kind of relationships? How do we even get to these places where we end up in these type of relationships with these guys? And my head was like, I was trying to wrap my head around it. And then of course it takes you, I know all the ladies can relate to this. This takes you back down memory lane, not from the woman you are today, but the woman that you used to be. And it kind of makes you think, you know, I told my daughter something interesting the other day. I told my daughter, I said, this is my opinion, my professional opinion as a person that actually does coaching and actually has done this for quite a significant amount of time. My professional opinion is that we change so much from our 20s to our 30s that person that we are, that building block person in our 20s, we don't even resonate with her when we cross over. We don't even recall her. It's like it's a whole nother person that we become when we cross over into the 30s. And then for my sisters who are in the same, in the 40s, shorties ministries, when you cross over there, it's like that those women that we were, those building block women, you don't really resonate with them anymore. You know that's who you used to be. You can look at the details, you can look at documentation to show you got the kids, you got all this stuff to show that you were that woman, but you like, I did what? I did who? I decided to be with who? Now, and you look at yourself and you become such a different person. And I was sharing with my daughter not long ago. I was telling her, that's the thing about marrying somebody when you're very young. You have to really grow with that person, and you have to do continuous work to constantly grow with that human being, because what you don't want to do is become somebody different and that person still remains the same, because we're not taking the mountain climb together. And so that's where the dissolves of relationships come in. Unfortunately, where people actually dissolve their partnerships is because one person starts to take this journey to excel and thrive and grow and become, and the other person becomes comfortable in the person that they are, and they don't start doing an evolution. And it doesn't matter what the gender is. It happens all the time where one person just takes this evolutionary journey and the other person is like, no, I'm good right here. I'll stop the car right here. And so it's not good, bad, or indifferent, but it's something that you really have to work on relationally, period. When you're in a relationship or partnership with another human. I'll give you guys a perfect example. So there was this one guy who was just adamant that he wanted to be with your girl. He was adamant, Loretta. He was adamant. He wanted to holler at your girl. And so I was telling him, I said, well, I'm not sure if I would be a good fit for your focus of where I said, I don't really date anybody by where I am. I date by where I know I'm going to head. And so when I started talking to him about that, what that requires, I said, I have to ingest at least 100 books a year, like at least 100. I have to. And I said, I listen to books all night long. They're in my I don't go to bed without my subconscious being conditioned, even in my sleep. And he was like, what? You do all of that? I said, that's my norm. That's my normal life. And then I was telling him about all the things that I do continuously to continue to work on my subconscious to clean out old information. And he was like, that's a lot. You're doing a lot. You're not the son of God that I'm supposed to be with, sir. God bless you. The fact that he kept saying you're doing a lot, Loretta, it was like, no, you know, I was like, you're not the son of God. It's okay. It's okay. There's some more daughters of Zion that you can holler at, but I'm not going to be her because I'm doing too much in a conversation with you. So I know we couldn't take a journey together. And the guy, you know, he had the what we would consider as all the things, all the wonderful things, you know, all the wonderful, wonderful things that we look at when we consider taking a journey with a man. And I was like, nah, dog, I'm looking for internal stuff. I mean, you fine and everything, Loretta. You know, I'm saying Marquita. I was like, you fine, son of God. You got some stuff going on, but we'll be fighting after the first week. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. So, y'all, that was my soapbox for the night. I'm just telling y'all, you know, I take a little commercial break about these sons of God and everything. But Gracious chapter was really coming in hot. But since she actually opened up the floor tonight, we're going to let her chill out about her ministry over there. She already told us what I'm going to let her, we're going to come back to Gracious ministry. But I want to head over to somebody that I know been up all day, been doing stuff all day with her family, out here in these streets, doing all the stuff that she does. Lord have, not to say all of us don't be doing stuff, but this one right here is a busy beaver like me. She be doing stuff. she be doing extra stuff. Loretta Diana, she be doing extra stuff like me. You know, we both real busy beavers. Like, I mean, like literally busy beavers. Not to say everybody say busy beavers, but me and her, we be doing a lot of stuff for real. I'm serious. So Loretta's chapter is the one that I told Gracia I was so excited about the title. This was my favorite title out of the whole book, y'all. You're a playboy, not a partner. Oh, I'm so excited about this chapter, y'all. So excited. So very excited. A playboy, not a partner. I love how Loretta just took this thing and kind of, you know, like Gracia said, she kind of hit people all in their face and bust people in the eye. I was like, you're supposed to be telling your nephews. This is your nephew, Loretta. She's like, yeah, this is my nephew, but he need a hard truth. He need a hard truth. And her chapter was amazing. So everybody's chapter was so freaking dope. And I loved Loretta's chapter when she kind of broke things down. Chanel had a very, what is it called? A very intellectual type chapter. Mitchell's was intellectual. Marquita's was stimulating. Monica's was like, oh, wow, really, girl? It was kind of like I'm talking to my home girl. And Loretta's chapter was like, oh. Brianna's chapter was like, I'm going to tell you why I rolled with him. I'm just going to tell you exactly why I went with him, period. The end of discussion. And then Gracia was like, oh, son of God, you doing that? So everybody had a beautiful, different vibe and an amazing flavor to their chapter. So I'm going to yield over to my girl, Loretta, so she can tell y'all a little bit about the author that she resonated with most.
Can you hear me? It's really hard to say the one that I resonated the most. I actually did get through the vast majority of the book. I got it in today. Like you said, each and every author came from a different place. Each and every chapter was so unique. You found something that resonated with you in each and every chapter, like to Mitchell's. I love the fact of how, you know, she gave the tips and the journaling, you know, very philosophical. I loved, you know, the other chapters, how the ladies came in and they were telling their truths. And I believe it was Brianna and, what was it? I believe it was Brianna and Alexis, their chapters, how they came in and it was just so raw and therapeutic. I like the way how it was very therapeutic for them. You can tell it was a therapeutic moment for them. I enjoyed reading each and every chapter. But if I had to say one that was my absolute favorite, because I am a straight to the point, straight no chaser, give it to you straight in your face type of person, I loved Gracia's chapter. I loved it. Loved it. That one there resonated the most with me because I'm the person that deals in harsh realities. You know, the words may come off a little harsh, but they all come out. They all in love. I loved her chapter. Loved it.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad ain't nobody say to Mitchell this time. I'm over here like, I'm glad you didn't say to Mitchell.
I love to Mitchell's chapter.
I mean, you know, but she was coming in for the most votes and stuff. I'm like, why she gotta have the most votes?
You know, read to Mitchell's chapter, read Grace's chapter, you know, when you ready to, just get somebody together.
Listen, yeah, I'm telling you, I mean, I'm telling you, y'all did an amazing job with this book. It was so dope, like for real, like seriously, it was a great read. It was one of those reads, like I was like, this is really, I love it. And I love how the flowetry of the book was a page turner. It was a straight page turner all the way through. Mm-hmm. You know, some books you get and it's like, oh, let me skip to this chapter. Oh, let me skip to that. Oh, this book was like, girl, let me get some more wine because, honey, I'm about to go to chapter 7 up in here. So it was one of those kind of books where you could really kind of just chill with it. And I'm proud of y'all. Period. Y'all came in hot. Period. So kudos to y'all. So we're gonna yield the mic. I'm going over here to look. Let me tell y'all about Let me tell y'all about Marquita. Let me tell y'all about Marquita's ministry. Honey, listen here. Whew, this was the most controversial chapter in the book. So we kept saying, now who in the ham fat is going to do this chapter? That's going to be okay with like really even the title of this chapter. It was like, now I don't know which daughter of Zion is going to be good with this chapter. So Gracia and I, initially we had another author to do it who was very, very like a risque kind of personality. So she was like, girl, I got that chapter. But she had an emergency and we weren't able to actually use her for the publication. So I was like, Gracia, I don't want to write in it. I'm gonna tell y'all why I didn't write in this book. It was gonna be way too much. The Sons of God would have known it was them. Listen, I wasn't gonna be able to be cute about this one. I'm telling y'all all the time. Gracia will tell you all of the titles of each chapter. I got a nice story about the Son of God attached to that chapter. Amen. So I said, no, I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna write in here because it's gonna tell. Woo, the boy is gonna be like, you told why you wouldn't tell somebody like that? I said, no, let me get my homegirls together. Let me get my girls to do it. I get them to talk about it because I said, when I tell y'all I had some juicy stuff for every I told Gracia, I gotta holler at my girls on this one. I can't. Loretta, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I might be found guilty. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I ain't gonna tell them. So her chapter is called Without a Vision, Your Penis Will Perish. Woo! Mighty God, without a vision, your penis will perish. Oh, it's the sweet baby Jesus for me. It's the sweet baby Jesus for me. Child, when y'all read Marquita's chapter, you're going to be like, honey, listen here. Listen here. Listen here, honey. You're going to say, listen here the whole while you're reading it. I'm telling you. I love how she broke it down from the beginning of relationships. And it's one word that I use that she said when she said the experience. I was like, Gracia, that's my word. That's what I talk about when I say about dating. I say, the experience with, such and that's all. Matter of fact, I used it last night. I was on a live stream with Ray J and Brandy's mom last night, and I said the experience and da-da-da-da-da. And I told Gracia, I said, Marquita said the experience. I said, girl, she just took the words right out of my mouth. The experience. So yeah, I'm gonna yield the mic over to Marquita McDaniel about her person that she kind of most resonated with the public. This book is dope, y'all. Real talk. It's so freaking dope. This is a good book. Like, yeah, this is one of those, get in the bathtub, you got the bubbles and everything, you got the candles going, and the water get cold, Loretta. You just been in there so long, your whole body just wrinkled up, and you like, girl, ooh, child, listen here. It's one of them kind of books. So Marquita, welcome. I'm going to leave you on mute in Clubhouse because it's really clear. And I don't know if it's going to cause feedback for you. So I'll leave you muted in Clubhouse, but everybody will be able to hear you through my actual mic. So go ahead, Marquita, let us know which author you really, really resonated with from the publication.
So let me say, I was able to skim through the chapters. I haven't got a chance to read the entire book, but I'm really excited about reading the entire book front to back. Every chapter was, I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but it was like I firsthand know about every last one of them. It's the craziest thing. I'm like, how in the world? Because usually like, okay, I resonate with that one, maybe, but that's good. No, every last one of them was like really, really good based on what me just kind of skimming through them. I love the way that every lady, it was a very classy read. Like, I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser, but very classy though. So you're not going to feel like I'm demeaning you in any way or taking away your manhood. But at the same time, I want you to know. And I mean, it's just like, it's just really, really good. I can't choose one. I really can't. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. Like Loretta's chapter, I would say, because in the inside of me, I feel like I'm a little thuggish. So it was like Loretta's chapter was like, yes, girl, please let him. Yes, please, come on, come on. So it was like I got a little hype, like Nuck if you buck reading our chapter. So, but I mean, everybody did an amazing job. I really, really, just like I said, skimming through it. I just can't wait to actually be able to sit down and read from front to back. It's just the accounting class is really kicking my behind, but it's like another story for another day. But this is a really good book. And if you have not gotten your, I'm sorry, if you have not gotten your copy, you might want to go ahead and just, you know, go ahead and purchase that there so you can read along with us. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all came in hot, real talk. Y'all came in real hot with this book, and it was dope, man. I mean, the I love how well thought out everybody's chapter was. You could tell that you guys actually took some thought into actually thinking and considering what you were going to write. And I love how Gracious stepped in, because I am very critical when it comes to writing. And so some of our authors, I was like, girl, I need you to call such and such, because she said that I said, girl, call her, hook her up, honey, because you know, if I call, it ain't gonna come across right. I ain't got saved. I'm not saved like that. I'm saved, but I ain't saved like that. And so, you know, what I love about this is what's important about business. And I will tell you guys this: you got to have a yin and yang in your business. You got to have a yin and yang. You got to have some person that complements your personality. Like Chanel, like I talk about Chanel all the time. She's my personalized bully. Like I embrace her bullyism. This woman will literally bully me. Like y'all don't even understand the level of bullyism, because she's extremely analytical. I'm not analytical like that. I'm a creative. And so she'll be like, do you have something like this for the organization? I'll be like, no, man, I ain't got, no, hell no. So, you know, and I ain't gonna act right. So Chanel, she's so dope with it. I can receive it. You understand what I'm saying? You got to have somebody who actually can give you a critical synopsis of where you are and it not offend you. You know, and they can give it to you where raw and authentically, and you not get all in your feelings and all that kind of stuff. And you can literally take their words for improvement and make application. Like literally, you can say, oh, so this can be done better, and you can actually apply it and not take it personal. So you got to have people like that in your corner. And then you got to have your Gracious, who can be very a soft component to your assertive. I'm when I tell y'all I'm assertive, all they can tell, the team can tell y'all. I just be like, oh, this is what's going down, this how it's going down, this when it's going down, this what time it's going down, this gonna go down like this on this day, period. At the end of the discussion, Gracia will be like, well, this is how we're gonna do it at this time. This is the reason why we're going to do it at this time. And then what's going to happen as a result of it being done at this time? I'm not going to do all that. I'm going to be like, it's this, it's that, period. The end. So Gracia brings in that element of elegance to my raw, authentic type of aggressive kind of personality type. So, you know, I don't have to come out of being who I am to make some kind of adjustment. All I got to do is work with somebody, get a partner that can be my yin to the yang, just period. And so that's what the beauty is of having different people within your organization that can add balance. And then the personality types with the projects that you want to spearhead. You got to be very, very strategic with the personality types that you want on your projects. You don't want to have a whole bunch of not critical, but analytical people. You want to have some creatives. You want to have some analytical. You want to have some that's right in the middle. You want to have some that can actually provoke thought in a different direction, and so on and so forth. And so everybody's personalities actually complement each other. And then you want to have people like Tim Mitchell on the project, who is just another bully in a different kind of bullyism. She another kind of bully, different kind of bullyism. So you want to have people like that. And then you want to have the people like Marquita on the project, who is just a quiet freaking storm, period. And then you want to have the Lorettas who gonna take it all the way to, she gonna be like, I'm gonna go all the way to the, I'm talking about so close to the edge of, I'm talking about to the cliff where I can put my foot out one more time and I'm gonna go straight over. So I love edgy people like her. And so that that's the kind of person I am. I'm like, take it all the way. I'm like, girl, put your foot out there. We'll get you a net or something to make sure you don't fall, boo. Go ahead, put your foot out. So, I love that edgy kind of personality. And I love Monica's personality because she's one of those people that is naturally, innately a nurturing type of personality, where she's going to come in to nurture the project, to make sure the project is properly nurtured. She adds that element of adoration, that element of balance in the whole project. So it's all, you got to be really, really strategic when you align everybody together. And then you got Angelico, who just grinding all her life, like on Nipsey Hussle. She just grinding, getting it in, making it happen. And then you got to have the poetic genius in with Shaquita. She's just naturally poetic, very, very poetic. And I love how her poetic edge comes into the publication as well. So you got so many different personalities, so many different amazing things that happen with the publication. And it's a beautiful expression of one idea. She chose him and screwed me, period. One idea, 9 different expressions. And it's absolutely incredible how it played out. So our next beautiful thought leader, and before I share with her, Shaquita she started having technical difficulties, and it was a whole lot of feedback in her line. So unfortunately, she wasn't able to actually hop back in. She's still trying to get it rectified, but we probably will be off by the time she actually comes back in. But hopefully she can tap in before we get out. But her chapter is You Ignored What Another Man Adored. And it's that concept, one person's, I don't even like to use that analogy, but it's true. One person's trash is somebody else's treasure. And it's very true, because you can literally sit something on the curb as trash at your house, and somebody else take that same thing and use it and repurpose it. They can go in there and make it. You'll be like, how did you get that from that thing that I just said that wasn't even working in my house? And they can literally take that same actual piece of furniture and make it something absolutely epic in their home. And you looking like, how is that even possible? And that's how relationships are sometimes. One person, you can literally have so much chaos, so much calamity with that person. And then you go meet somebody else and it's absolutely amazing. And you're trying to figure out, how in the ham fat is that even possible? That is just crazy. But one man adored where another man ignored. Another man will show up and he'll have so much adoration in his eyes, so much love, so much. He'll just be like, this woman is just everything. And you have to be really careful about properly healing from prior experiences so you can accept them when he show up and not think it's a fluke. Because sometimes when that guy shows up and he comes in with the adoration, he comes in with the love, he comes in with the support, we have a tendency sometimes to shut that guy down because he just seemed like he's too nice. He ain't coming with the opposition. He's not coming with the chaos. He's not coming tripping. He's literally coming and he sees you as this beautiful goddess that you are. He just sees everything about you in a beautiful capacity. And sometimes it can be a little bit challenging to accept that man because of our prior experiences. So important for us to purge prior experiences and prior relationships. So when that man does show up, we're able to receive him and we're able to give the respect that he deserves. And we're able to give the reciprocity that relationship will need in order to sustain over time. So yeah, that, her chapter is really dope. Everybody's chapter is amazing. I'm telling y'all. But here is the other one, honey. Listen here. God's child, a mother and a positive force. I love the statement that she had. inside of her bio, which is really, really cool. And I love it because it's so true. We got to be positive forces of transformative change to add value to people and never diminish anybody, but add value to people. Her chapter was interesting. You're only a baller outside the bedroom. Oh, Loretta. Girl, it's only a baller outside the bedroom. I said, oh, I wonder how Monica gonna handle that. My God. She handled it well, y'all. She handled it well. She put some hay down where the Billy Goats could get it, honey. She kind of shared some stuff up here in the building. Listen, Marquita, the daughter, shared some things out here in the building, honey. She went in. You hear me? You heard me in my Louisiana vernacular. But I absolutely enjoyed her chapter. I thought it was really well thought out how she did express herself in the chapter. And it was so brilliant how she did it to where it won't offend the man, but it'll give him some awareness as to what's really going down and what's happening in the episode of the bedroom ministry. So he won't be confused thinking he all this in a bag of chips and the boy ain't brought nothing but you know, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I'm playing nice in the sandbox of life, Marquita. I ain't gonna say it. So I'm gonna yield the mic over to my girl, Monica. Monica, I'll leave matter of fact, I'll close my mic on Clubhouse because I think you should be good because you're normally on here. So I'm closing my mic on Clubhouse and on the live stream. So you can open your mic on Clubhouse and on the live stream.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So it was really exciting for me to. You want to meet yours, Coffee? So it was really exciting for me to write this chapter because I resonated a lot with this experience. But as far as all of y'all's and all of the authors, I resonated with every single piece of y'all's. Now, when I got my ebook and I started reading, I actually read backwards. So I started going backwards, and every author had something that just I could agree with. I understood. I am in the 40 plus range. So definitely been through some relationships and I've experienced almost everything y'all have gone through. But if I had to say who I resonated the most with, I would say Marquita. The part of vision, that internal, that external, and that routine, it was to me on point on not being able to find a man who has a vision, who has dreams, who will support you, who will believe in you. So it's definitely one of the things that I resonated with most with Marquita, but everybody had a lot of things to share in the book.
Live. Okay, so let me do that again. Let me do that again. I was over here talking and carrying on. I'm like, y'all looking at me talking about waving and stuff. I felt like, what y'all sign language? What's going on over here? So let me try that again. So I was just talking and the Clubhouse streets heard me, but y'all ain't hear me. So let me try that again. What I was saying was these ladies did an absolutely epic job of sharing with this publication. They did so amazing in sharing their mind, sharing their heart, sharing their thoughts, their ideas in the publication. It was so pristine to see the results of them getting just the title of a chapter and creating such amazing content behind and centered around that topic. And all of them did such a stellar job on their chapter. If you have not gotten the publication, then you can click at the link on the top of the screen over in Clubhouse, or you can go to www.dfgpublishingtoday.com. There is a link for you to get an autographed copy directly from me. I am going to be sending out copies over the next 72 hours. And so our amazing ladies, we actually got the publication back way quicker than we've ever had in history. We've released 5 projects in the last 18 months, and we've never, ever gotten a project back this fast. We've never gotten books this quickly, ever, since we started on this journey. And so it was so exciting to see. I saw a post with Marquita, so I said, oh, that's really nice how she created that. I wonder how she created that. That was really, I was like, that's so nice how she created that. And then so Chanel was like, I think that she really got the book. I was like, huh? So when I texted our group chat, I was like, did anybody get their books? Everybody was saying amen. Praise God. Yeah, amen. I got mine. I was like, what? Oh. And so my daughter was leaving out, and she was like, Ma, it's some cases in front of the house. I was like, cases of what? I was like, I ain't ordered nothing. She's like, Ma, these things is heavy. It even says it on the back, on the packaging. It says heavy. So I don't know what this is. I opened it up, and lo and behold, it's books. And I was like, wow. I'm telling you, Gracia will tell y'all, we've been writing for a long time, and we've never gotten books back this quick, ever. Not on no project, none. So this has been really amazing, and I'm excited that you guys have your books in hand. You've had a chance to start exploring the content, and this is going to be so exciting going forward, just the experience behind the publication. So guys, be on the lookout. We have some more things that will be coming up with these amazing ladies. We're going to be bringing the fellas together too. Now, we can't do it on StreamYard because StreamYard limits us to 10 people. We're going to go in heavy in Zoom, honey. We're going to come in hot with the fellas. Some of the guys from the original publications will be on, and they'll be able to connect with the ladies. So this was the clapback book from the series, Why He Married Her and Played Me. So if you want to get the entire series and you want it autographed, you can actually connect with me directly. Email me at www.coffee10k.com. That's KOFFE 10k.com. So if you want to connect with me, you can do that directly by going to my website and hollering at your girl. So we're going to yield the mic over to Gracia. And I know she shared earlier about everybody's content, but what she didn't share was about who resonated with her most. So Gracia, I'm yielding the mic to you in Clubhouse and on the live stream.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, Clubhouse does not want to yield. Okay, hello? Okay. The person whose chapter resonated with me most was Monica's chapter. And Monica's chapter resonated with me most because she spoke about a lot of things that I had experienced in life. She spoke about the way that she was brought up, which was very similar to the way that I was brought up. She and I, we actually had our daughters around the same time in life. And then we also went through this dating phase later on, trying to find someone new when you want to be in a relationship. Back to what you said about my chapter coffee, the Son of God, as you would say, that I talked about in my chapter. I did know, I actually still know, he and I have shared the last name for 20 years. So it was when Monica was talking in her chapter about dating later on and trying to find a person that could resonate with what she had going on in life, that had really spoke to me. And her chapter was the chapter that resonated most with me. But like I said at the very beginning, I love all the chapters. I love everybody's chapter.
They did that. That's all I can tell y'all. They did that. The ladies did an incredible job. We are about, about 77 minutes. That's a good number. 77 minutes into our discussion tonight. So we're going to actually be leaving you guys. I know y'all love these beautiful faces and these gorgeous ladies. They so cute. They done came in hot tonight. So I know that you guys will be blessed by this publication. If you want to grab the book and you have a favorite author that you resonate with and you know personally, go ahead and send them a message, send them a DM, or go to their Facebook page, their Instagram pages, and grab your publication and let them know that you're just excited to know that they're an author and you want a chance to be able to hang out with them and get their publication. So actually everybody's name should appear on your screen now. And you can actually take a screenshot of every lady's name to be able to follow them on social media platforms. And as soon as we get off the live, they will be on Facebook putting their information inside of the chat from today's segment. So you'll see it on my page under P Coffee Brown, and you'll be able to see their specific information, and you'll be able to go directly to the link that they put inside of the chat on Facebook to be able to contact them directly about grabbing that autographed copy of the international best-selling project. So again, I am so excited about this project. The ladies did an amazing job. And I'm so excited about the future and all the incredible things that these women are going to be doing coming in 2022. They have some crazy projects that they're contemplating and considering. And we're just excited to see where their journey takes them. And also we have some things coming up in 2022. There will be a live event. There probably will be multiple live events for you guys to tap into. We are working on doing something here in Houston, and then of course back again in Florida. And then we might be able to roll over to Dallas where Monica is and tap on into that Dallas market. Come on, hang out with her. And then, of course, Gracia is in one of my most favorite states in the union, in the Carolinas ministry. And so that's like one of my favorite states in the union. I love that area. It's so tranquil and so serene. And so I go down there and act up a little bit. So I might go down there, just act up just a tad bit, Loretta, just a tad bit. Just misbehave a little tiny bit. But I am so grateful for these amazing ladies that have graced the stage with us on tonight. Thank you guys for your time. Y'all are so dope and so incredible. And I'm so freaking proud of each and every one of you, all 9 of the amazing ladies that put pen to paper and left their thoughts in the earth through a publication. Guys, that's the one thing that books do, is that they are here long after we're gone. And it's such a blessing to know that we're leaving legacy producing content in the earth. So ladies, I'm going to keep you guys muted in a Clubhouse, but if you have anything else you want to add before we shut down, you can do so at this time. If there's anything else you wanted to say before we roll out. I feel like I'm on Jeopardy. I was like, so I think the ladies have said what they're going to say tonight. They're ready to go to sleep. To Mitchell, honey, is there anything else you wanted to say before we roll out, ma'am?
No, just another meeting like 9, 8 beautiful other women all at one time. It's been a great addition, asset to, I think, all of our lives. So again, thank you.
Thank you for saying yes. I appreciate you saying yes, daughter. That's a cute little picture you got in the Clubhouse streets, by the way, ma'am. Real cute.
Well,
I like that lippy girl. That's a cute lippy girl. I like that. So y'all, thank y'all again so much for being here on tonight. And again, special thanks to these amazing women. Go ahead and connect with them and grab your copy of this dope publication, honey. You will be glad that you did. These women are so amazing. They did an incredible job. And they're just brilliant women. They really are in their own right. And they're doing some amazing things to add value to lives all over the place. And you don't want to miss an opportunity to connect with them. So as soon as the live stream is off, you will see information on how you can actually connect with them directly, and go ahead and link in and tap into them and find out what they're doing, how they're doing it, and how you can be a part of it. With that being said, I am Coach P. Coffee Brown, your anthologist and the visionary for DFG Publishing House, LLC. Tap in and connect with me when you are ready to take that thought out of your head, get some pen and paper, and then get that baby published. And we will definitely help you to do that. We connect with creators, we connect with collaborators, and we connect with entrepreneurs who want to get their information out about what they add in the space where they actually add value. So definitely consider that and holla at me when you are ready to put in the work and do what you got to do to go from good to great. Good night, everybody. Grace, peace, and blessings to you. And we will see you again on the next episode of the Hot Seat in Clubhouse. We will be returning to Facebook live stream in the near future for season 4 of the Hot Seat with your hostess, your girl, P. Coffee Brown. Good night, everybody. Grace, peace, and blessings. We'll see y'all again soon.
Coach P. Coffee Brown and the DFG Publishing House family presents She Chose Him and Screwed Me, 9 Reasons for Her Decision, a brand new anthology project by 9 incredible women. They share with you their reasons as to why they would date one and choose to be married to another. Order your copy today from your favorite author or simply go to www.dfgpublishingtoday.com.